What's going on YouTube? My name is ginj-tcg or Chris, and today I am back with another budget deck that was pretty popular a few months ago, but has fallen off, and I think is in a pretty good spot right now, and that is Swim Freely with Seaking. Now, when this deck came out, it was a ton of fun to play. It wasn't expensive at the time, and honestly, nothing changed. I mean, most of the cards themselves are probably under like 10 cents. I know for a fact most of these are under 10 cents. The only one that maybe might not be, might be like the Bibarels and stuff like that I actually see play in other decks. So as far as budget goes, this is one of the best decks. And if you're unfamiliar with Seaking and Finneon, the combo between the two is you use Aqua Horn. So you get 60 damage plus 30 more for every water energy in play, and you almost go for like a Chien-Pao Raging Bolt style build where just the more energy means the more damage, which means the more KOs you take, which is, you know, the route to success in a single prize deck like this. And Finneon, with the Oceanic Accompaniment ability, you can attach water energy from your hand to your Seakings as often as you need per turn. So when you pair the two together, you got an easy energy acceleration engine that doesn't need the rare candies and the Iridas just dedicated to like Excaliburs and stuff like that. You can use them for other things because now you have just a basic Pokemon, which is much easier to set up, and another single prize Pokemon where you can get very big, consistent damage off. So the combo between the two is absolutely fantastic. Past that, we're running Bibarel and Radiant Greninja. I showed Bidoof. We're running Radiant Greninja, and here's the Bibarel as our draw engine. Those two are really all you need. I don't know if there's necessarily a need for Squavette. I know my boy Gabriel in the comments on, I forgot if it was the last video or 2 videos ago, recommended Swim Freely, and I was going to play it later in the week, but I figured, you know what, if I got the comment on the list, I might as well show it off now. I do love the deck, and, you know, I hope people want to see this too. So I did change up the list a bit from Gabriel's and a bit from mine. I kind of combined the two a little bit to create something that I thought would be a bit more consistent. And one of those big changes was playing Hyper Aroma. The list in the comments preached Prime Catcher, and honestly, I think if I were to play any other A-Spec, it probably would be Prime Catcher or Survival Brace. Because if you could have a Seaking that does, I don't know, let's say like 270 damage or something like that, maybe 300 damage, you know, you just killed the Pidgeot EX, and you can live an attack because Survival Brace and do that damage again, well, that would be awesome. But the only reason I think Hyper Aroma is the best is because if you can set up your board with Basculin's free attack, Gather the Crew going second, and then next turn you could use Irida for, I don't know, like, not Bibarel, probably Seaking, or maybe Manaphy if you need it. And then you take Hyper Aroma, you could just evolve your entire board right there, which kind of really helps the deck get going in those initial turns, which are huge. And yeah, I know, this isn't Chien-Pao, so it's like, okay, how are we getting energy into play? We're running it with Letter of Encouragement. So if a Pokemon was knocked out during your last turn, or your opponent's last turn, which isn't super hard, I mean, our tankiest Pokemon has 130 HP, and that's Radiant Greninja, you can just search for 3 basic energies in your deck. And we do play 12 basic energies, and then 1 reversal, because if you have a manual attachment for reversal, that is some massive damage I don't totally want to pass up on. And once all those energies are discarded, we've got we've got a couple copies of Super Rod and Lana's Aid to put them back into you know, our hand in our deck, and 4 copies of Superior Energy Retrieval just to keep the loop going. And between Superior Energy Retrieval, Ultra Ball, and then, you know, the constant energy acceleration onto your Seakings, it's not hard to pull off massive Bibarels, just like Chien-Pao does anyways. So the flow of the deck feels very similar to that, except you're just playing single prizers, and yeah, I mean, it's a ton cheaper to play. I mean, those are like the big things right there. Past that, the list is super streamlined. We are only playing 1 boss. We don't have any counter catchers. We don't have any other boss in the deck. Maybe you might want to put another one in the deck, but from what I found, most of the time, you just want to torch the active and get after it like that. You know, most times, except for maybe Gardevoir, which is a super difficult matchup anyways, because they've got Monkey Dory to take 2 prize cards a turn and just kind of bypass Manaphy. And besides that, we're bossing up Gardevoir EX. I don't know if more Gust is super useful. When I was playing this list, it's super consistent as is, and if your opponent has a 2-prize Pokemon in the active spot, even Charizard EX, it's not super difficult to hit that big 330 number, which is surprising in a deck like this. So I don't think Gust is as necessary in this deck as it is in other decks. So that's kind of where I made some of my cuts to make sure I'm getting the Pokemon in play, because from there the rest just kind of falls into place. So we're playing a lot more setup supporters for that. We're playing 4 Irida, we're playing 2 Iono, we're playing 2 Research, and then, you know, the technical ones, Boss and Lana's Aid, to make sure we're getting, you know, Pokemon and energy back, and just maybe 1 Gust card to take a big KO at the end. So yeah, I mean, for the most part, that's it for the list. The list will be posted in the description below if you would like to copy it for yourself. And before I get into the video, just a reminder, if any of you guys want to hop on, play with me, you want me to help you make a list, you want to send me a list, and you don't want to leave it in the comments, my Discord is down below with all my friends. So if you want to hop in with us, you know, by all means, come join us. You can come play with us, make lists with us, really anything, you know. Don't be afraid to ping me and tell me what's up. So, you know, I hope to see you guys there. Let's get after it. Let's see, swim freely. Let's see if we can pick up a positive record. To match number 1, where we took 2 mulligans and we're up against a Lost Box deck, which is just about as bad as it gets. And Fire Energy probably tells me they're playing Sablezard, which doesn't help much because a Sableye spam would rip us apart. I'm not playing Jirachi in the deck. Yeah, it's why, you know, when you're playing a deck like this, there's just got to be some cuts that are made. And I'm not trying to do phenomenal into every single deck in the format. I am just trying to make a deck that's consistent, fun to play, give a good go to locals level, and Lost Box is not on the bingo cards I was trying to hit, so it's a little unfortunate. But we get a fine hand here. I could rock with this because we don't have much in terms of Pokemon on the bench, so it'll be a little bit of a harder setup, and against a deck like Lost Box, could rip us apart, especially if they get a big Greninja this turn. But Fire Energy tells me it's Sablezard, and they're playing Radiant Charizard, not Radiant Greninja, so that would definitely be better for us in this scenario. Because, honestly, I was hoping we got like a Buddy Puffa and Nest Ball, something like that, because this would have been a perfect turn to retreat into a Hisuian Basculin, put 2 more bench Pokemon down, and we already had the Hyper Aroma for a massive next turn. But we happened to whiff on all of our basic, you know, really just any Pokemon search item. So that hurt a little bit, but it's alright. That happens. So they are playing Fire Energy for probably Zard, if I had to guess. Dark Energy, I would assume Roaring Moon. And it's going to be cards like Roaring Moon that we're going to chase really hard in this matchup. That way we can go up, you know, taking 2 prizes with a single prizer like Seaking is always the goal. And they just pass here, which is massive for us. I don't mind taking the first prizes against a Lost Box deck, but I don't know if I could totally pull it off, to be honest. I think we might just have to do the Basculin play now and just take this one a little slower. So, did we have our other Bibarel in the deck? No. So you know what? Let me see. Do we have 2 Bibarels? Yeah, we do. Okay. So this is good. I think what I'm going to do is get another Bidoof with the Heavy Ball, and then try to set up our bench that way. So, yeah, I like that. I mean, that's already sent it at this point. Manaphy's in the prize cards as well, so I'm just going to pray that this is Sablezard, and they're not playing Greninja. And, yeah, they haven't shown me anything that screams Greninja, so I'm just going to hope that it's not. And we're going to use Gather the Crew. A turn later than we planned, but I'm not upset about it at all, because now we've got 2, we'll go for 2 Bibarels, 2 Goldeens, which, I mean, that's everything we're going to need. We got full draw engine, they could cram either Goldeen, we've got another backup attacker, so that'll be perfect for us. I'm back, sorry, again, allergies have been killing me. I need to figure it out, because I'm getting hammered at home. There's a tree. I didn't know I was allergic to anything. I never had allergies in my life. And right outside my bedroom window, like right there, like it is actually like maybe 2 arms, you know, width away from me, is a tree that has just been hammering me. Like when I go into my living room, like if I'm just sitting on the couch and, you know, like I'm reading actually a really good series right now. If I'm just sitting on the couch, I'm fine. If I'm in the kitchen cooking, I'm good, because it's like the opposite direction. But the second I come in my bedroom, of course, like my bed is up against that wall as well, I'm getting hammered. So I apologize for any cuts in this and all videos until I get this figured out. But they do take a KO on Basculin, which we are okay with. And the only thing I believe was missed from the cut, they used Comfy to, you know, essentially just lost up those 2 cards and swing a cram. So here, Oh, this is actually a really, really solid hand. I like this a lot. Let's go Hyper Aroma. We're going to take 2 Bibarels and 1 Seaking. And then we're going to Irida for the Letter of Encouragement and the other Seaking. Boom. And then this should be a nice return KO. Fully evolve all your Pokemon. This is why I'm absolutely loving Hyper Aroma in a deck like this, because you can just ensure that pretty much everything is getting fully set up by, hopefully your second turn, or like for us it was our third turn, just because both me and my opponent seemed to take a bit of a slower start, even though they had 2 mulligans. It didn't seem to help them get going too much. So we'll set these up. And because Finneon is going to be super weak to Sableye, I'm only going to keep 1 on the board at all times, and I'm going to try to keep 2 Seaking set up at all moments. That way I'm less susceptible to Sableye. And, actually I don't even hate Ultra Balling here for another Goldeen maybe. And trying to get maybe 3 established before Sableye's live. Which could happen next turn potentially. And I think I'd like to dodge that as much as possible if I could. So if I could just have a bunch of Seaking set up for the end game, like now, I think that would help us better. So this is actually a fine hand as well, because next turn we might legitimately do the same thing. Irida for Seaking and Letter of Encouragement, and just try to run it from there. We could also play the Rod too. Oh, sweet. Okay, so if they play Greninja at this point, a little late for us. It will definitely hurt onto our, they'll KO our Finneon and our Goldeen, but they can take Manaphy out, so not bad. Not bad at all. And what are they lost anyway? Roxanne. Oh, that doesn't hurt us as much, especially with the double Bibarel setup. I know, like, my boy Gabriel, who I mentioned before, had Squavette in the deck. The only issue I had with Squavette was I just felt like the double Bibarel draw was better than Bibarel Squavette, because bench space is so tight with this deck, especially against a deck like Lost Box. Like, even if we had Jirachi here, this slot probably would have been for Jirachi to prevent Sableye, but I don't know how perfect it would have been. Wait, how many cards are they at? They're at 9. Oh, gosh. Oh, yeah, they're... Oh, no, Sableye this turn would be devastating. They're somehow going to get it, aren't they? Man, I was praying I could dodge that, because they got a 2... This is 12 damage counters right here, and that's what Sableye is going to hit perfectly for, so... It seems I will not get that lucky, and I will lose 2 Pokemon. So, we'll still have another Seaking set up, so you know what? If I have to take another Finneon with maybe the Nest Ball, that's okay. And they Prime Catcher. Who are you Prime Catchering? Probably Bibarel. Try to trap Bibarel. Yup. And I'm going to be forced to Irida for a Switch card now. But since I'm assuming they're not KOing my Seaking, I think that'll work out better. I'm assuming they're going to take a double KO on Goldeen and Finneon. And there's Finneon down. And will Goldeen also bite the dust here? It seems so. Yeah, okay. Good play from our opponent. Definitely one of the harder matchups. I don't even know if Jirachi necessarily saves this matchup, but it definitely could help. So if you are running into a lot of Lost Box, like apparently I am in my first game in, might not be a bad shout for you to run. And that's actually a fine top deck for me. I'm cool with that. We could also Lana's 8 here. Just take back 2 energy and Finneon. Oh, it doesn't guarantee us the switch though. No, yeah, we have to Irida and just pray switch wasn't prized, because I didn't check it all. And we could take another one here. We got Lana's 8 later. Yeah, this could work. Okay, so let's do this. Let's switch into this guy. Keep this one in the back end. Let's throw... I don't need to play Finneon this turn, so honestly, I'm just not going to. I'd rather them swing with something else. And yeah, even cram and just take out Seaking would be better than putting, I think, this Finneon down and opening up another Sableye play for where they could put, KO Finneon and then take another 2 prize KO later down the line with those extra damage counters they placed. So I think I'll just keep it in my hand. And if they want to Iona me or something like that, that's fine. With a deck like this, I don't mind getting Iona, especially this setup. We got 2 Bibarel, so I'll cook with it. But we'll see how our opponent responds here. They're down a Cram and a Sableye, but I haven't seen any other supporters or Pokemon. There's Hassel, so we are definitely going to see Oh, no, they didn't. Did they even play Cram? Maybe they didn't play Cram. Why did I think they did? I thought they took the first KO. Oh, didn't they rot it back at some point? They definitely did. Let's see. Yeah, at some point. Right here. Yep, Cram. Okay. Yeah, I was like, there's no way. They definitely played Cram this turn. And there's Sableye and Cram again. So now I'm really regretting not putting Radiant Jirachi in the deck. Or not Radiant Jirachi, just regular Jirachi. But that's okay. That's fine. You know, we'll make it work somehow. Because they're going to drop down to 2. We're going to go to 3. Yeah, actually, you know what? That 2-prize KO might have just put them too far ahead since they're not playing their 2-prize Pokemon. So, we'll see how we could respond from this. It's not looking great, but we're not down for the count yet. I think we're just eternally going to be a prize card behind this game. But we'll see if they could keep up, you know, the heavy amounts. Maybe actually a big Iono here could be clutch if we chase down an Iono. Honestly, I like that a lot. Hold up. We're already down a whole bunch. I think we just kind of try to send Iono here. So I'm just going to burn every single card I can and try to get it off these Bibarels. How many are in the deck? We got 22 cards left in the deck. And we got how many? 1 Iono left. Right. Cool. Full sends only. I think that's going to be our best route to dealing with our opponent here. So, yeah, alright, we got the line to go for it. Let's take back these 2. And actually, you know what? We have 1 Goldeen in the deck, so let me just take back the Seaking and the energy. And we got 4 energy here, which is perfect. So that works out nice. We're going to do this, take out 2 more Goldeens. If they got Sableye off all this, I think it's too much of an uphill battle as is this matchup. I don't know if there's much we can do to begin with. Goldeens don't have the Swim Freely attack, which is what we need to accelerate with Finneon. They've got triple spike and strike and sprinkle water. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. So you know what? I'm just gonna throw all 4 of these energies on Seaking. Why not? Let's go for some big damage, I guess. Come on, Bibarel, just bail me out. Give me that Iono. Oh, we don't get it. That's not good. Man, that's actually bad. All right, you know what we could do? It is wasting an insane amount of resources, but I don't know if we have another choice. So I'm just going to Bibarel. I'm going to fail this. We're going to manual attach that energy to a Goldeen. I don't necessarily want to Rod first. I think we've just got a better chance of ripping this. Because if we Rod and put other things in the deck, our chances go down even more of drawing into Iono. And thank God we are bailed out. Oh, that is so big. So we definitely need to take a Goldeen. Oh. You know what? Actually, I'm going to hold the Rod. I'm going to just rip the Iono. Thank God we got that. I think that this is going to be our best chance to stay in the game as we Iono them into a rough hand and they don't have a solid response. And maybe that could buy us enough time to catch up. But yeah, we're starting at 270. You can see how this deck ramps up damage. That was so easy to get that 270 in play. And we had to go for the best defensive play we know, which is Iono in a deck like this. And against Lost Box, that could do some big damage. They are getting, top deck is 1. They're seeing 2 more cards off 1 flower selecting, and they have the rescue board, so they're seeing a minimum 5 cards this turn, which is just, and they've been Colress? Oh, we're cooked. Yeah, we're cooked. That's it. That will be a really rough match number 1. They're just going to take the Psychic Energy here, retreat into Sableye. Yep. If they go into Comfey, I'll just scoop, but I'm hoping, yeah, they just go into Sableye, so perfect. They'll get right to it. That was a rough game number 1. Sableye just ripped us up. Maybe Jirachi should be in the deck, but, I mean, that's good to know. If you're going to a locals and you know 4 of your buddies, and there's like 12, 15 people going to your locals, are playing Lost Box or anything with Sableye, yo, just put the Jirachi in the deck. Just make it work. Honestly, I think this matchup is more manageable with Jirachi, but it's still not great to begin with. We want the 2 prize decks. We don't want to see another, you know, all single prize deck like this. But unfortunate game number 1. Let's jump into a game number 2 and see what this deck can do. To match number 2, our opponent chose to go first, and they played the Artisan. That's all we've seen so far. I don't know what they're playing yet, but with a hand like this, surprisingly, I'm not super mad about it. Is this Conketer? Oh my god, it's single prize deck after single prize deck. Oh, this is going to be difficult. Man, I was hoping when I'm showcasing Swim Freely, I'd be up against Raging Bolts, Charizards, Dragapults, just... Oh, actually, maybe not Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball will be a little difficult, or damage counter spread, but, you know, stuff like that where, you know, I could take some massive KOs, but I'm up against Conkeldurr, which is another single prize Pokemon and really gonna hurt us in terms of spreading our resources thin. But I'm not hating on our hand. I like it a bit, so let's see what else we can pull here. Let's definitely take one of these guys. Or you know what? We could take Greninja, actually. Just Greninja and Bibarel as our draw in this game, I think might be a bit better. Since it's not as tanky as like a Charizard EX deck, I don't hate using concealed cards a little bit more. And there we go. Okay, and now we can retreat into Gather the Crew and take Bidoof and Goldeen, which I think overall will be better for us. And how many? We got 3 Goldeens and 3 Seakings. Alright, cool. So we'll have to make it work. We'll definitely have to rod them. We might have to use Rod and Lanazade, I think a minimum 2 times to get back these Goldeens after they're KO'd, which I think, again, is okay. Like, that's the trade-off. You know, a lot of times you might want to use those cards to take energy, to take some big OHKOs, but since our opponent's deck is not a Stage 2 EX deck or something massively tanky like that, we might have to take more KOs, and we could use that Rod space or Lanazade space to take more Pokemon. So I think that will be a fine trade-off. I'm sure we can make it work. Honestly, just having reversal energy if they take a big KO here is massive for us too. So I'm almost rooting for our opponent to just have, like, Rare Candy. Yeah, Rare Candy, Conkeldurr, you know, have the tool. I want to see them. Oh, man, they might. I want to see them KO this Basculin so bad. If they do that, we're going to take a massive KO on their Conkeldurr, which could put us in a better spot. And they take Ultra Ball, which isn't Rare Candy, so I'm hoping that... Oh my gosh, wow, our opponent just had it like that. That's crazy. Another fun deck might have to make a video on. Oh my gosh, I've been seeing a bunch of, like, crazy decks. I've entered the back rooms the past, like, I don't know. Like, I was playing a little bit last night with my cousin. You know, we were running some epic games. We played Mousehold versus Dialga, and then we played, what did we play after that? He was playing Dragapult, and I was running... What did I play? Oh, Garchomp Okie Dokie, and they were phenomenal games. But ever since then, I've just been in the back rooms. Like, I've been playing some crazy decks I haven't seen in a minute, or aren't super common, like Conkeldurr here. And it's just been a ton of fun. So they're going to take a massive KO, and we're going to respond well. So Gutsy Swing, if you don't know, if you know, this Pokemon is affected by a special condition, which is easy with this Brute Bonnet. You just swing for 250 damage because you ignore every energy. So, really solid attacker. And they've got 170 HP left. So, that doesn't matter. It's not going to affect our maths at all. I think here we just go for Artisan. Let's get another Finneon in the deck. Or Finneon. Goldeen, excuse me. And we're totally responding with the KO here. I'm not worried about that. Oh, actually... I'm a little worried. We don't have a good way to evolve without using research. I probably should use Letter of Encouragement first. Small mistake. Yeah. Yeah, I'm regretting that now. Okay. Alright. I think here's what we're going to do, just to try to ensure we're not wasting as many resources as we can. I don't actually want to use Letter of Encouragement. I'm going to use this. Nope, because I actually can't get energy in play right now. Oh, that hurts a bit. I hate to discard 2 superior energy retrievals so much. But I don't see a way around it because Goldeen doesn't have Swim Freely. I was going to say we could just spam so much energy on these Goldeens, but I forgot it doesn't have Swim Freely. So we're going to have to research, get rid of 2 superior energy retrievals, which is, like, beyond painful. But I don't think we had a way around it. So... Did we have another Bidoof? I don't remember if we did. We do, but I think I kind of want to just take the Goldeen because it'll make it easier for us to now use Rod for energy and Lanazade for energy and stuff like that. And I think overall that could be more beneficial to us. So let's do this. We'll save the Buddy Poffin. And how much damage are we already at? 150. Oh, perfect. So we have the energy. We're hitting 180. Nice and easy. It just really hurt because we got rid of these 2... Letter of Encouragement I could live without. 2 superior energy retrievals. That's harsh. That's really harsh. So we are going to lose that. We take another Buddy Poffin off that, which really doesn't help much at all either. But I'm pretty sure we've guaranteed ourselves to live another turn. Since they don't have any other Timbers in play, So they have to take another turn to set something up to evolve it, which isn't bad, because we're going to need a lot of energy to use Aqua Horde now to take a KO, because this reversal energy isn't live. Now we're even on prize cards. So I don't know necessarily what we could take with Irida. Definitely Seaking for the water Pokemon. Yeah, no, never mind. Okay, perfect. I just need to draw into some more energy, and we'll be okay. And we don't get more energy. Oh, that is rough. This is rough for sure. We got 5 energy in discard, though. Yeah, we could have taken our superior energy retrieval there. Wouldn't have hated. And we could go for a boss play on a Conkeldurr, but honestly, they've only got one Bibarel in play, so if we just KO their Bibarel, I think that is going to be a lot better for us. But we just need 2 more energy. Reversal is now just 1 colorless energy, and this is 30 more damage for each water energy in play. So Reversal doesn't even give us 30 damage here. And they put Rotom in play. Oh, never mind. If we get enough energy, we're just going to boss up that Rotom. But I don't know what we could top deck that could allow us to do that. So I'm hoping it'll just stay on the board long enough that I can boss it later down the line. Because I think I'm going to have to... I could Lanacade, honestly. But I think I'd rather save that for later. Maybe just go for an Iono, put their hand back down to 6. I don't think Poison will really hurt us too much this matchup. Yep, that's not the top deck I wanted to see. I think the safest play is go for Iono, keep Boss and Lanacade for later. Lanacade would guarantee us the KO, but I might need it for Pokemon later, so I think overall it'll be just a little easier to keep it now. So let's evolve this. We're going to... Okay, we're going to have to get rid of, actually, this match. We're getting hammered with the amount of resources we're just getting rid of. But that's alright. We're going to get rid of 2 Ionos here. Or, Iridas here, and we're going to rock. That's fine. That's alright. We're just going to draw with Bibarel and hope one of these cards is an energy. And, oh, thank gosh. I think that might have been the last card. So that was scary. I don't hate Rod back for energy right now. Yeah, I like that. Let's just take 3 energy in play. We've got another Rod, so if we need to refresh a Seaking line and Lanacade, we can totally do that. Let's attach this energy here. Doesn't matter which we used, and let's swing for 150. So now we're up a prize against Conkeldurr, which is pretty good. Playing a single prize deck, it's just a slugfest. It's who can attack first and chain the most attacks in a row since then. And they attacked first and got the first KO, but they whiffed a KO on turn 2, whereas we're not. So now we're in the better spot than them. And they have a 2-prize Pokemon in play, so if we can get a boss KO on that, oh my god, we're going to be sitting in a good place. And they counter catcher, but we have Switch in hand, so that's okay. That tells me that they're probably whiffing the attack this turn as well, which will give us an even farther lead, and they are. Oh, that is phenomenal. Sucks we got rid of 2 Irida to search for Switch, but we got Switch, so we'll make it work. And you know what? I might be a little insane, but I'm going to concealed cards as well, because we've got another KO, and we get another Irida, which is pretty big. So I'm just going to hold that Irida for now. No need to play it. I don't think so. Yeah, no, we'll hold it. We'll hold it for next turn. Because we're probably going to need our 3rd superior energy retrieval. And okay, the way I see this game finishing up, we got 3 prize cards left. Assuming they take a KO this turn, they're promoting Timber. I'm sure they got it. We're going to have to use 1 superior energy retrieval to take a KO on Timber. Our 4th one to take a 2nd KO on Timber. And then Lana's Aid to go for our 3rd and final prize card KO. And we have 3 Seakings left after this one gets KO'd as well. Because we've got 1 here, we've got 2 in hand, so we got all 3 right here. So we're just going to have to chain those resources right. And they Roxanne us, which again is okay. We've got Bibarel. And Lana's Aid. Alright, perfect. We'll use Lana's Aid now, actually. And just take our 3 energy. Because 3, 4, 5. Actually, we'd be a little short. We'd be 1 energy short of 180 on Conkeldurr. Because the way I do the math in my head with this deck, it's like I'm just breaking everything down into groups of 3s. We need 6 energy in play. Effectively, Seaking has 2 energy done to it. Oh my god, they're whiffing again. Oh, that's brutal. Yeah, no, we're going to use Lana's Aid now, and we're going to set up another Seaking right now. That way, now we're going to be comfortable on our Seakings. 2 setup is phenomenal. They're only attacking 1 Pokemon a turn. And I think at this point we've officially just ran away with the deck. Yeah, this is kind of brutal now. So, we'll get 4 in play. That should be enough damage to deal with 1 Conkeldurr, so we're going to start setting up our 3rd Seaking, and that's going to be how we try to just run away with it against Conkeldurr. As fun a deck as Conkeldurr is, I've played it once for like 5 games or so when it came out because it looked epic. It is a little bricky. So that is something to note with the deck if you're looking to get into it. Will I make a video on it in the future sometime? Absolutely. If you want to see that video this week, yo, leave some comments down below. Tell me you want to see it this week, and I'm playing it this week. But you know, I've got a small list of decks I definitely want to start showcasing. I think my goal overall is get like 5 or so videos up a week. I think is like an epic number. I think if we could do 5 a week, that's phenomenal. Because you know, I'm still learning like the ins and outs of, you know, just video making, using YouTube, you know, posting videos. And I mean, yeah, if you're watching this far into it, yo, please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you like about it, what, you know, the channel, the videos, if there's anything you want me to do differently, yo, like what decks you want me to play. Share this video with your friends, you know, help me get out there more, whatever. You know, I appreciate all the support I've gotten so far, and seriously, it's been such a blast starting this channel. Like, it's actually so much fun. So, you know, really, I think I've responded to every single comment. I think I've been really solid about trying to respond to comments as quick as possible. So, you know, if you comment down below, I'll totally respond. And my Discord server is still down below in the description. So, again, if you want to just play with me, you know, outside of, like, the comments, yeah, I'm cool with it, man. Join the Discord. Say what's good. And, yeah, that is an epic supporter that Conkeldurr can play, though. I love it. Atticus, yo, play a bunch of those. If your opponent's active Pokemon is poisoned, which is super easy with Brute Bonnet, you just shuffle your hand into your deck and draw 7, which really, really helps with consistency. So that is a phenomenal card for a deck like this. But I think, for the most part, we've kind of just ran away with it. We've got 2 prize cards left. I'm probably going to pop a research here. Though I don't know if I need to. Yeah, actually, you know what? Maybe we could Letter of Encouragement and just see if we got enough energy left in the deck for that with Irida. Yeah, we have a perfect amount. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I feel bad for our opponent. They just got ran over this game, but I mean, that happens sometimes. I'll take this just in case. Our last Letter of Encouragement. We didn't even need Hyper Aroma this game, which is fine. We were knocked out last turn. I'll take my last 3 energies. We're going to use Finneon. Make sure we set up 2 Seakings, and these 2 guys will carry us through the game. They can boss stall a Bibarel. I think that's the only thing that's got... Yep, that's the only thing we have in the deck with a 2 retreat cost, and we used our Switch already. So that could be they're out here, but I mean, I'll be pretty patient. I can manual attach 2 energy to retreat it, or they can just KO it. I'll promote my Seakings and take the chip, and I think that's kind of going to be it at this point. But we'll see who they promote. I guess we could have gone... We could have chased Boss's orders. We had a... But yeah, maybe we could have and just tried to end the game right there on Rotom. They played Blood Moon Ursaluna. Oh, that's got some meat. that card has some teeth to it. So if they get that in the active spot, you know, that could be... We'll need a couple more energy to deal with it, but I'm confident. I'm confident in these fish, man. These fish are the way to go. They fear nothing. So they take Prime Catcher. So I mean, you could take whoever you want. I'm not upset about getting bossed or anyone getting gusted up because we have a Finneon, so we know we get that. And we had Artisan, so even if they like unfair stamp, I'll just use their Artisan and put it back in play. So that is fine by me. They take a different Seaking. I'm assuming they'll go into Blood Moon Ursaluna. Yep, it's the tankiest Pokemon. So now, at the end of the game, we'll just push however much damage we can do. We'll just try to lay down thick on that Blood Moon Ursaluna and clean up the game. And we have a solid hand to do it. I mean, we've got Rod to take a bunch of energy back. We got Research to thin, you know, to draw more cards. We got Ultra Ball to thin. So, yeah, I'm just going to try to burn every card in my hand as much as I can, and try to get all the energy needed for Seaking. And we're definitely going to Rod back energy here, because if we could just draw into the energy, that would be perfect. So we're going to Ultra Ball these guys away, just try to burn everything. Let's see. I don't need really anyone, so I'll just take this. In case I whiff, we'll get another Seaking here. I don't think it's super likely. We're already at 180, so we're already super close. And we've got 1, 2, 3 back in the deck now. So, thinking if I want to Bibarel before research. Honestly, I don't hate it. Because if we get Irida, our last Irida, I think that'll just guarantee it. So let's burn this. Let's... You know what? We could play the Bidoof. That's fine. Is there a Bibarel on discard? No. Yeah, so that's fine. If we do whiff it, we will have 2 Bibarel for next turn. That'll just guarantee it. And boom. Yeah, that should do it. Because... Oh my gosh, yeah, we got Boss too. I mean... We don't need it. But... I could get rid of these guys. And just take the 4 energy that are left in the discard pile. And there we go. And we had the boss, so I could have got research too if I needed to gust around our opponent's Pokemon. But I mean, we're doing Charizard numbers right here. I believe this is 330. Yeah, it's 330. And we didn't even use research, and we're swinging 330. So I mean, you can see how this deck ramps up just so easily. Sadly, we just obliterated our opponent. I feel bad. It was kind of a slugfest and a very one-sided one at that. But 1-1 right now. I really want to close out a positive record with this deck. I mean, I'm so in love with Swim Freely. So let's see if we can go 2-1 and have a phenomenal third game. To match number 3, where we open up with, I think, the best hand I have ever seen for this deck. I mean, we led Gather the Crew Basculin, so that's guaranteed 2 Pokemon at the end of our first turn since we're going second. We have a Goldeen and a Buddy Poffin. So going into this next turn, we will have a full bench and pretty much a guaranteed Bibarel. Oh my god, did we match with the same guy again? I feel bad for Homie. I think we might have. I'm going to double check that right now just because I'm a little curious who we matched with. Let's see. I believe it would be this one. Welcome to... And, yep, that's the same guy. So, we'll run a little best of 3. You know, we'll see if we could... And by best of 3, I mean, I plan on cooking this guy right now. So, we'll see if we can rip him apart with... You know, just a nice little overpowered starting hand. And we've only got 1 Bibarel in the deck, so I'm just going to take 1 here. And then I'm going to take... Oh, no, actually, we've got 1 in hand as well. Ooh. Man, this is an insane starting hand. I'm going to attach this here. I'm going to attach this here. Just in case I need to retreat next turn, I can. And... I know, like, I don't need to, but I'm just going to do it. If it goes into the discard pile, that's fine. And I'm just going to take these guys now. We're just going to run it with double Bibarel since we got it like that. And I'll hope they take a KO. And if they don't, and Basculin's stuck on the board, Basculegion, definitely a solid tech for this deck. I don't think it's bad. I just think a lot of Pokemon are too tanky for Basculegion to take a one-hit KO if you got 12 energy and discard. I don't think it's entirely worth it. But again, solid tech if you can... You know, make some solid space for it. I feel like you're either making space for Jirachi or Basculegion. I don't know if both are necessary. And they Iono us, which hurts because we had Bibarel and an Iono of our own. So I think we really had a solid hand going into next turn. But we have that right now anyways because we got Ultra Ball and Seaking in hand. So we could get rid of Manaphy and an energy or whatever our top deck is. They are going to KO our Basculin and put that energy in discard, which, again, I think is okay. And it seems like they're going to have a much, much better start going into this game. So this game definitely seems like it's going to be much more solid. And where they take the first KO and we'll jump ahead as a single prize deck, we, I think, are more consistent. So a late game Iono could be devastating. And we know they're playing Blood Moon Ursaluna and Rotom. So... I could go for a 2-prize KO on those later down the line if that option is available. And we top deck another energy, so we're just going to have to discard these. Take a Bibarel is the one I needed, right? Yep. I didn't want to take Bibarel and then already have Bibarel. That would have been awful. So we're just going to evolve these guys now. We're going to put all the energy in our hand onto our Seaking, which is perfect. Boom. All good right there. And let's rip a Bibarel. Draw 5. We just need 1 more energy out of it to ensure we get the KO. Boom. Nice and easy. And I don't think I want to research here. I think I like Iono a little bit more. I don't hate taking another Goldeen in play. It does seem like we've got another Goldeen line prize, because I'm like 90% certain we're playing 4-4. So I'm going to take another Goldeen here, and I'm just going to Iona. I don't want to get rid of energy retrieval, especially when our opponent is having a much better setup. We're going to need to loop these energies a bit better than we might have needed to last game. So that's fine. And we do get Hyper Aroma here, which I think, honestly, I don't hate using it, just to kind of, one, thin it out of the deck, two, it'll get our Bibarel and another Seaking out right now, which I think is pretty solid. So we'll take the 2. We don't need the last Seaking because we've got it in hand for next turn. And we've got the KO, which is great, because then we'll just use Superior Energy Retrieval and take back 4 energy, and then, yeah, this will work really, really solid for us. And we have Lanazade as well. So, and we take a Goldeen actually, so we might not even need to use Lanazade right now, which would be sweet. And now I don't mind getting rid of like Irida or Research, because we have 2 Bibarels in play. Oh my gosh, there's the Rotom. Oh, that is the 2 prize liability that I'm going to try to abuse to put us ahead. We just need to dig out our balls. Playing Jamming Tower, Temple of Sinnoh, those are fine stadiums to play against this deck, because we don't run anything. We are going for straight consistency, nothing else. Overall, I think this deck is like insanely consistent. It's one of my favorite things about it, is with Gather the Crew and Hyper Aroma, I mean, you're like, I feel like 95% of the time, this deck will deck, and you're either playing a decent matchup, a good matchup, or a bad matchup after that. And it's just like, how can you turn the game? For us right now, you know, I wanted to see some 2 prize decks, because that is what the deck thrives against. But we're going into all single prizers, which can show the deck's longevity, which is something underrated in the Swim Freely deck. So I'm not opposed to it. But this is what I mean. You know, they're whiffing KOs. That's going to be massive for us. So we're just going to evolve here. I don't think I need to play like anything. Maybe I think we just hold the hand. It's completely fine. And let's just rip out another Aqua Horn. Take a big KO there. So now we're jumping ahead in prize cards. We don't even have to chase Rotom. We just need to make sure we're attacking every turn. And now I know we're not researching, because we've got Lanazade and 2 Superior Energy Retrievals. So, you know, I think the play next turn, if they get a KO, Irida for Letter of Encouragement, and Seaking, because we already got Goldeen in hand, and we are just going to rip Superior Energy Retrieval and set up 2 Seakings, which will be a similar position we were in last time. That I think just kind of means we can run away with it. But like, yeah, this deck it's so much fun, and it's so nice, because if your opponent whiffs an attack, which happens, I mean, like, decks brick, and this deck bricks too, don't get me wrong, this is not like the most anti-brick deck, but it's as close as I feel like you could get. It's just so consistent in the sense where, we're not whiffing, we're gonna be doing our thing, and it's gonna be really hard to stop us from doing that. Dragapult, worst matchup for the deck. I mean, yes, we hit for KO on Dragapult, but they're also hitting for 2 prize KOs as well. They're gonna be killing Seakings, and they're gonna be killing Finneon with the damage counter spread, and I think that is just too much for the deck to kind of deal with, and that, I think, is what'll keep this deck at a locals level. You maybe bring it to a league challenge. That could be pretty fun, actually. You know, if your league challenge is like 20, 25 people, and you're pretty confident that there's not going to be much Dragapult there, because it's like not a regional size tournament, yeah, you know, I think this could cook at that level. But we'll see what our opponent Starbirths for here. They've got the full attack, so they're all good to use Gutsy Swing. And I'm curious, they definitely need another Timber in play. Yep, I think they just used their Force Seal Stone for the Timber period, which makes sense. They definitely needed that to make sure they're still attacking every turn. But now they're chasing us, and I feel like in terms of consistency, which is, I feel like that's the biggest differentiating factor between a race and prize cards, is going to be the most important thing, and we are more consistent than them for sure. So let's do that play we talked about earlier. We get the reversal too. That's actually super nice. Not necessary right now, but super nice. And we can Irida. We're going to take out Seaking and Letter of Encouragement. Man, I'm seeing a little bit of lag. That's crazy. Yo, why is this game lagging? What? Let's pull out some more energy from the deck. We got 2 left in the deck. Good to know. Let's rip our Oceanic Accompaniment. Let's set up, whoopsies, our active Seaking. I think that would have been fine if we misplayed one energy by accident. We're going to get rid of this stuff here. We don't need research anymore. I'm super confident in our Bibarel ability. Take our 4 energy. And let's get 4 on the active, 3 on the bench, which will make it super ready for next turn if we get KO'd. We do get Bibarel. You know, I'm going to attach this energy here. I don't think we're totally going to need it, and I'm more worried about like a boss stall. So I'd rather just get an energy here. And Bibarel for 2. Perfect. Oh my gosh. Phenomenal 2 cards. Because we could Rod here. We could Rod back 2 energy and Goldeen. Because then we could Lana's Aid for 2 energy and Seaking. But I don't mind to... yeah, actually, you know what? I like that play a whole lot. Because then we got superior energy retrieval and this gets KO'd just to set up another one right there. So, you know, we're going to do just that. And boom. Alright, yeah, we get Iridas. So that'll pretty much guarantee what we need for the next couple turns, I believe, between Iridas, superior energy retrieval, and Lana's Aid. So, awesome. You know, we'll take a big KO there, go down to 3 prize cards. I think if I see boss, that's the only thing I'll go for at this point. If I could boss up that Rotom right now, 100% doing it. Yeah, I don't actually, you know what? If they don't get another Timber in play, I think it would just be better to kill Conkeldurr. It just stops them from attacking. They're not using Brute Bonnet or Bibarel or Rotom to attack, so I'm fine with that. And, oh wait, I forgot Artisan. Yeah, oh, they'll guarantee Timbers in play. So, yeah, I mean, if we get boss, honestly, I'll just KO the Rotom and tell our opponent GG's. But I think, you know, we are more or less running away with the deck. And they rock Sand, so we do lose some phenomenal resources. But we got double Bibarel, so never mind. Roxanne's alive. There's boss. We need a couple energy, assuming our opponent gets the KO. We literally need 1 energy to KO Rotom. And I think I'm probably just going to boss it up, rip some Bibarels, and pray we get that energy out of the deck. But I don't know if our opponent has a response here. Yeah, I think Homie is upset because doesn't seem like it's great. Oh, maybe they had to just get rid of some harsh resources. Let's see. I mean, they need rare candy after this Ultra Ball. And they get rid of Radiant Sneasler Artisan. Not going to be super useful this matchup. For Conkeldurr, they're only down 2 rare candies. I wouldn't be shocked if they have 1 in hand. That's fair. Nest Ball, who they taken? Who they running with? Maybe Blood Moon Nurse Luna? Put 2 prize liabilities on the board for us. Boom. Oh yeah. Oh, we're running away with this game for sure. I'm chasing one of those lads down, and let's see if they got that rare candy off the Bibarel. That's a bigger prayer because there's 2 in the deck. They used a supporter. Yep. Nope. They did not get it, so they just scoop. And I'm pretty sure we were going to go down to 1 prize card that turn because there was no shot we weren't finding an energy or 2. But that's going to wrap it up for Swim Freely. This deck is a ton of fun to play. If you don't have it, I totally recommend getting it in real life and online. This deck is awesome. It's super fun to play with your friends. It's super consistent. Just all around a great time to play the game, especially get into it if you're learning, you know, the game. You put down some fun combos, which always feel super satisfying. And I don't have enough praise like for this deck. I think it's awesome. You know, at like a mildly competitive, you know, like a low competitive, high casual level, this deck is the best. But thank you so much for all the support and watching my videos. If you've made it this far, please like and comment down below, you know, what you liked about the video and everything. And if you haven't subscribed, please, you know, you already made it this far. If you've listened to me for this long, just subscribe, listen to my videos in the future. But I appreciate all the support this far. I seriously cannot tell you how much it means to me. I hope to see you guys in future videos. Peace.